random thoughts today, but I actually do have two things I wanted to brain dump about and speak about. But before that, I wanted to say, have you ever heard of the term failure to thrive? Or have you ever seen a 95-year-old man or woman that, and when I talk, I never mean all, that refuse to get up and get their day going because they're waiting. They're just waiting because they know the time is coming soon. They just stop. Don't move. That's my spill about the thought of AI. But today, I was thinking, I woke up today and I did my scanning and I saw a video, and it was about a 17-year-old. The video was done today, but I think the situation, from what he explained, and I did not do any research on it, happened in 2020. A 17-year-old killed his mom and his 6-year-old brother, and shot the dad, which the dad eventually committed suicide. And they say it was a white guy, 17-year-old, that wanted to date a black person, a black female, and they did not want him to. And then the second one is, even today, 2025, I just now, less than 2 weeks ago, had a conversation with somebody, and they said, and my mom don't want me to date. He mentioned the race people, and he said, but soon as I find one that likes me, I'm dating them. The third thought comes, something I mentioned and I thought about a while ago. When I look at homeless on the street, or the things in the community where people are on drugs, alcohol, just mind-altering substances. And a lot of those people come from backgrounds that has hurt them in some kind of way, or they just couldn't understand it in some way. And yes, they have their choices. But that's a whole nother level for someone that is qualified clinically to address, not me. And I say, well, they will find a way to find their tribe, whether it be on the street, in situations that many say, oh, that could never be me, So I was thinking about that today, and I wanted to talk about that and brain dump a little bit on that today. Okay, I'm home now. I'm going to just do this on the voice recorder and continue what I was talking about earlier when I was out. And I wanted to brain dump this into my channel regarding, say, for example, like when I think about how prejudice and racism show up in our world, I'm reminded of a recent case that shook me deeply. A 17-year-old white male took the lives of his own mother and 6-year-old brother, tried to attack his father, and left behind destruction that no family should have to experience. The reason behind it, at least what was reported, is that his parents did not want him to be with his black girlfriend on Valentine's Day. Instead of being allowed to live in his choice of love, he was met with restriction, hate, and control. That choice rippled into violence, pain, and eventually more loss, as his father would later take his own life. On the surface, someone might just see this as one family's tragedy. But to me, this case shows how prejudice, poisonous generation after generation after generation after generation. It's not just about who we approve of our children dating or marrying. It becomes about control, fear, enforcing an old mindset onto someone trying to live differently. And when young people feel trapped by that, sometimes their pain erupts in the most destructive ways. I was reminded of this when speaking to an adult man just the other day. He admitted something powerful. His mother still tells him who not to love, who not to associate with because of race. And his response was simple. As soon as I find someone who loves me of that race that they do not like, no matter the race, I'm going to marry them. That right there shows the generational clash we are living through each and every day, still till this day. And I look around at our streets, at the homeless, at those battling addiction, at people surviving the hardest of circumstances. We often judge them, but one thing stands out when you truly see them. They build community across race and background. They come together when the rest of society wants to divide. They create bonds where the so-called clean world enforces walls. So what do we do with this reality? For me, it's about radical acceptance. I cannot change the mind of someone still clutching on to outdated, destructive beliefs. Those old, decrypted mindsets. People are going to be who they are. But what I can do, and what I believe we all maybe can do, is honor the courage of those who are breaking away from those mindsets. The younger generation, for the most part, does not want this anymore. They want freedom. Not all, never all when I talk. Most want freedom to love, freedom to unite, freedom to create community without the shackles of hate. Again, not all, but many are willing to debunk those old, corrupted ways of thinking. And for those who feel trapped, silenced, or unaccepted by their own families, I say this: your worth is not defined by the broken beliefs of others. You do not need to insert the chains of the past. You are allowed to choose differently, to love differently, to heal differently. Because prejudice doesn't just break families, it breaks hearts, it breaks futures. But courage, unity, and new ways of thinking, those are what build. Now, unity, you got to be careful. It's not for everyone. One must look at people's intentions, their manipulative and controlling behaviors. But there's a way around all that. But some you just have to stay totally away from to protect yourself from. So while I know I can't snap my fingers and change everybody's views, I speak to those who are ready to release the grip of old hate and step into something new, regardless of color within color. Because the truth is clear. Division destroys, but love builds. And every single act of rejecting prejudice is a seed for a stronger